All right, hey Charlie, this is take 2. I just wanted to let you know that I did it, and I did a good job, but my phone was full and it only recorded the first couple minutes. So let's try again. Okay, so the key to this is to make sure you make the best fold you can right from the beginning. Sometimes it's harder than not, but you want to fold the sides. And again, I think you know how to do all of this part, so I'm going to go pretty fast here. Fold the sides. And you want to make as sharp a crease as is reasonable. So once you've made the crease, sometimes you can pick it up and just kind of, with your thumbnail, make it nice and tight. All right, do the other side. Oops. See, now that's the weird thing, right? I'm rushing now. Now you can see how the seams match up there. The creases and the folds match up with one another. That's something you can learn to look for, so that it helps you guide where you should make your folds. So there we are, fold number 2. Piece of cake, right? And then you make it pretty sharp. And as I was telling you, so now you have that X there, right? And so X is where you make the next fold. But also, you can use these as guides, these folds there as guides. See this fold here? Pow. All right. So that is basic couple folds to get started. And now, once it's folded over, you have to make the tail. And now this can be the tricky part. You can use scissors. I don't know if it's better or not to use scissors to make these tails. I'm not really good at ripping them, so I'm always tempted to use scissors, but I always say, well, I'm not going to get better at ripping them by using scissors. So that's my whole philosophy. Now you see this corner here is a little messed up. It won't matter because we're going to use that corner hopefully at the top of the airplane. And so just make that rip. My grandfather was excellent at this. He would do it very, very fast. I can't do it fast. I can barely do it slow. But I got it done. All right, so now set the tail aside. We're ready to fold the airplane in, right? So now you make that little corner thing where you make the body, what will become the body of the airplane. And again, make sure you make the creases pretty strong. So you got that one there on the bottom there, right? Just do what you can to make sure that the folds stay, because when you finish the airplane, the better the creases, the better that it'll fly and hopefully hold together a little better. And so put this other guy under here. Pow, pow, pow. Ah. I can assure you I did a better job last time. This is weird. Ah. All right, there we go. Now, you've got the airplane. This is the basic body, and now what we're going to do is we're going to make what's going to become the nose. And to make the nose, we're going to fold these guys up to the corners. And again, I saw your plane. You did all of these things right, I'm pretty sure. I think the last thing is the really complicated thing, and it is complicated. But we were talking already a little bit about how the creases work, right? So you want to keep that in mind, how you can look for the creases to help you fold, because that's the trick to getting this done in the end. Right? So, great creases. Okay. And now, what we're going to do is we're going to fold this, and this folding isn't going to be part of the airplane. What we're making this fold for is that we can do a different fold later on. And so again, creases are critical. Fold this up, right? You know that, to make like a little kite thing, right? You're going to make a kite upside down and a kite right side up. So you can use your fingernail to make that a sharper crease, and then you fold this guy over and use your fingernail. Oh, it's not a great fold, Tone. There we go. Use your fingernail there to make it a sharper crease. All right, and so that's crease number 1 and number 2, I guess. But now you're going to do the same thing but upside down, right? So now you do this. so that it's like an upside down kite, right? Piece of cake. This is, you know, again, it can get a little complex, and especially if the thinner paper you use, the better, because it's easier to manipulate. That thick printer paper was really difficult. I made one with the printer paper, and it came out okay, but it didn't fly at all. These fly. They don't, you know, you've got to get good at throwing them, and you've got to get better at making them, but they fly right from the beginning. So, all right, so now we've made these creases, right? But now what we're going to do is unfold everything. All right, and so now we have this crease, right? And we have this crease, but we're only going to fold this part and this part and make this middle part stand up. See, like that, and then kind of squeeze that middle part so it folds by itself. You see? And again, it takes a lot of practice, but once you visualize it, I think it makes it a little bit easier. All right, so I'll do the same thing on this side. Got this, and we've got this. So you see these two creases, right? So you fold these two creases to the middle, and it makes the middle pointy. And you have to kind of force the paper a little bit, and that's okay. But you force the creases there, and then you have these little, here we go. Force the creases, and then you have this little point, and then you make the point. And so that is that tricky part that always looks bumpy, right? Again, you want to make it so that you can stand these up just right. Now, the rest of it's pretty simple. Take your tail, you fold it in half hard. I fold it easy. I don't fold it very hard. I just kind of make a light crease, and you push them in. All right. And then you fold this bottom part underneath the airplane so that this is the sticky out part. And you can see I kind of screwed this guy up here. There's not much I can do about that. And this is take 2, and hopefully there won't be a take 3. But again, make nice tight creases, right? Nice tight creases. When you're using lined paper, you can use the lines to kind of decide where you want to make these. These are stabilizers. They're not critical. You can make them any size you want. Some people make 2 folds. I'm just going to make 1 quick fold to show you how it's done. And that's the fun thing about using lined paper, is you can see where the lines match up, so you can make them the same size. All right, and you stand them up. All right. That's it. There's a plane. Now, one of the things you do is this to kind of give it a little shape, right? Put your fingers like just shoo, shoo. And then to throw it, and this is kind of the tricky part, you go like this. And you put your fingers here, and these are the fingers you throw it with.